Imagine this, you spend 15 years in school. You learn algebra, you learn chemistry, you memorize historical dates, you write exams, you score marks, you get a degree. Then suddenly, adulthood arrives. Rent, bills, loans, taxes, insurance, investments, emergency expenses, and you realize something shocking. Nobody ever taught you how money actually works. The very thing that affects nearly every decision in your life was never properly taught. Why do schools teach us how cells divide, but not how debt grows? Why do we learn trigonometry, but not budgeting? And why do millions of educated people still struggle financially? Today we're exploring a simple but uncomfortable question. Why nobody teaches financial survival? Education is important. Reading, writing, mathematics, science, these are essential. But modern life requires another skill, financial literacy. And many people enter adulthood with almost none of it. A student can graduate with excellent grades and still not know how interest works, how taxes work, how credit cards work, how loans work, how inflation works, how investing works. Imagine teaching someone to drive but never teaching them how the brakes work. That's what financial education often looks like. People are prepared to earn money, but not prepared to manage it. And that's a huge difference. Schools often focus on helping students pass exams. Life focuses on helping people make decisions. The problem is that many of the most important financial decisions happen after school ends. Financial ignorance doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks normal. Buying things you don't need, living paycheck to paycheck, taking expensive loans, ignoring savings, depending on credit cards. Making emotional purchases, many people earn decent salaries, yet remain financially stressed because income alone doesn't create financial security. Financial behavior does. Two people can earn the exact same amount. One builds savings, the other builds debt. The difference is rarely intelligence, the difference is financial knowledge and habits. Small decisions repeated over years create massive differences in outcomes. The challenge is that these consequences often take years to appear. By the time people notice the problem, fixing it becomes much harder. Debt can be useful. Businesses use debt. Home buyers use debt. Investors sometimes use debt, but debt without understanding becomes dangerous. Many young adults receive their first credit card before they understand compound interest. What begins as convenience can become a burden. A small unpaid balance grows, then grows again and again. Before long, people are paying for purchases they made years ago. The problem isn't debt itself. The problem is entering debt without education. Imagine signing a contract you don't fully understand. Millions of people do exactly that every year, and they spend years dealing with the consequences. Here's something surprising. Even if your money sits safely in a bank account, it may still be losing value. This is called inflation. Imagine 100 rupees buying 10 items today. Years later, it may only buy 7 or 8. Your money didn't disappear. Its purchasing power did. Yet many people leave school without understanding inflation. Financial survival isn't only about earning, it's about protecting the value of what you earn. Because if your money grows slower than inflation, you are effectively moving backward, even while doing everything you think is right. Every day we are surrounded by advertisements, phones, cars, clothes, subscriptions, luxury products. Companies spend billions understanding human psychology. They know how to trigger desire, fear, status, urgency. The message is simple: buy more, upgrade more, consume more. But very few people are taught how to resist these pressures. Financial survival requires one powerful skill: understanding the difference between a need and a want. That simple distinction can save thousands or lakhs of rupees over a lifetime. The modern economy is designed to encourage spending. But financial security often comes from controlling spending, and that's a lesson rarely taught. Financial survival is not about becoming a millionaire. It's about stability, it's about resilience, it means having an emergency fund, living below your means, avoiding unnecessary debt. Understanding investments, protecting yourself from financial shocks, planning for the future. Imagine losing your job tomorrow. Could you survive for 3 months? 6 months? Most people never think about this until it happens. Financial survival is preparing before the storm arrives, not after. It's not glamorous, it won't make you rich overnight, but it can prevent years of stress and uncertainty. If financial survival were a school subject, it would include these lessons. Lesson 1: Budgeting. Understanding where your money comes from and where it goes. Lesson 2: Saving habits. Learning how to pay yourself first. Lesson 3: Understanding debt. Knowing the difference between useful debt and harmful debt. Lesson 4: Taxes. Understanding how taxation affects your income. Lesson 5: Inflation. Protecting your purchasing power. Lesson 6: Investing basics. Making money work for you over time. Lesson 7: Emergency planning. Preparing for unexpected events. Lesson 8: Financial scams. Learning how to protect yourself from fraud. These skills may not make headlines, but they can change lives. Because financial freedom often comes from simple decisions repeated consistently over many years. The truth is simple. Maybe schools didn't teach financial survival, maybe society assumed we'd learn it somewhere else. But today, information is everywhere. Books, podcasts, videos, courses, experts. The knowledge exists. The responsibility now belongs to us. Because financial survival isn't about becoming rich, it's about becoming resilient, it's about having choices, it's about reducing stress. And it's about building a future that isn't controlled by fear. The question is no longer, why didn't anyone teach me? The real question is, what will I start learning today? If you found this video valuable, subscribe to the Trend Theory for more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping our lives. Because understanding the trend is the first step to changing your future. Thank you for watching.